Alright, graphics class, what you gotta do is make an album cover up in the game. So you gotta use a filter this time. You have to have eye movement, which is going to be a little on the difficult side. You gotta have preliminaries, and you're gonna have to have a band. So let's get to it. Remember, as always, you want to start a new project, so start one. Alright everyone, these are your dimensions, so make sure you follow them. You want to make sure that you have a title, that you know what it is, and it's going to be 3000 pixels by 3000 pixels, no background. So after you have all that kind of taken care of, you're going to start getting your images. You can take images, you can draw images. How you put it together needs to be all manipulated, some way, shape, or form. You got to manipulate at least 30% of whatever you take. So I got Johnny Lang's name, and I also got like some images I'm going to put together. I put together this relatively fast. You're going to need to do prelims, as always, especially with eye movement. You want to subliminally make the eye move throughout the CD, throughout the cover of the CD. So what I'm going to start it with is everyone starts up at the top, left-hand corner. That's where his name is going to go. And it's going to go to another image, which is going to go to another image. It's subliminal. So I have this angel here. I did halftone on it, so I kind of, muddied it up a little bit. I'm going to want it to be transparent. So when I bring it in, after I make my mask here, I'm going to make it transparent. I picked this one because it's good to have things that are looking, because that will help your eye movement. You see someone looking, you're going to look that way, that direction that person is looking at. So that's why I chose this angel, or the statue of an angel. And she's looking. You can flip it, you can invert it. You can see here I select the background, then I inverse selection, so I can select the angel, and then I'll bring it in here. See, it's real small, but I'm going to make it big. The reason why I also half-toned it was to kind of muddy it up, because otherwise it'd get pixelated as I made it bigger. I wanted to make it look intentional. I don't know how you're going to do it. You're going to use all the tools at your disposal, but you need eye movement and you need to use filters. The halftone was one of the filters that I used. There are many different filters. So now I'm playing with the name, trying to get to a size that I like that's going to work. I'm going to have the G stop at her head, so your eye automatically goes down. You see where she's looking at, and you go from there. So I'm going to put in a background right here. I chose this one because it has rays. When you have straight lines, your eyes follow the straight lines. So I wanted the rays to help us take us back to the bottom of the page. So we're kind of going in a full circle here, or kind of like a slant. So again, it's small, so I'm going to make it big. This was kind of fun, because I had to keep taking the advertisement on and make it as big as I wanted, because I wanted the dot in her line of sight, because that dot is going to make my when I'm moving, my eyes automatically going to go to the dot. I don't want to make it hard for the viewer to follow. So here I inversed, and you can see the rays are going down, and the dot is strictly in her sight. So then our eye goes from Johnny Lang to the very top left corner. The G sits on her head. She's looking down. So our eye moves down to the circle, and from that circle of bright light, we look down the rays, which takes our eye to the bottom. I'm just softening the edges because I don't want to make it look like it's cut and pasted. I want to look like there's smooth transitions. So it's not a quick paste job. It should look nice. That's part of the craftsmanship. You should have your images meld together and look like they're supposed to meld together, not like you just went to a magazine, got out a bunch of pictures, slapped it on there so you would have eye movement. That would be a part of the craftsmanship of this craft, making a CD cover. So you can see I feathered out the eraser and I softened it up. It's about maximum. So I can soften those edges, kind of erase the harsh edges of what I've cut out, and making her look a little transparent, a little ghostish at the bottom. You can see how that is looking. I think it looks pretty good. There's lots of different tips and tricks that you can do. Be free to ask me. If there's some way you want to get to view something or have it there, that I can show you what I know. And I don't know everything. I just know enough to be, a little bit of an expert. So we're going to put the type in here, and you're going to pick the type. The type should have the same kind of feel as the album. If you use a heavy gothic uh, for a easy listening album, and it's all punked out, it's not going to fit the feel. You want the lettering to also fit the feel. So what's going to happen here is I'm going to get the feel, the title there, and then I'm going to show you the rest of everything else. I'm changing the color. I want to make it cooler. I want to make it more somber, not as warm. That's another part of psychology. You want to pay attention to also the warmth of your colors, the saturation of your colors, and so forth. I'm toning it down too. So this is what I'm talking about, an eye movement. It creates unity in the piece of the graphic art that you're using. Your eye automatically starts at the top of the page on the left-hand side with Johnny Lang. The G sits over the head of the angel, so your eye goes down to the next thing that it sees. It is peering to the other side, so it should go straight down to where the main light is in the center, and the rays and the clouds take it down to the edge where the title is, and then you read the title, and that takes you back outside of the end of the image. Your eye goes to the whole image. That's what I want.